really powerful story that I've been reflecting on lately. And I'm going to do that as soon as we get over 5,000 on Instagram. And as soon as we get over, let's say try and get over 2,000 on Facebook. Let's see how it goes. We've got over 5,000 on Instagram, nearly 2,000 on Facebook. So I'm going to start right now. But this story was told to me by an author named Ozan Varel. And he said this to me on my podcast on purpose. And he was sharing a really, really powerful story with me. And in this story, he said it's called Stelig's $5 challenge. Stelig is a professor's name, and it's called Stelig's $5 challenge. And in this story, I want you to imagine you're back at school. I want you to imagine going back to your college days or your school days, and imagine your professor walks in to the door, and your professor says, "Class, I have a challenge for you. I'm going to give you $5 and 2 hours to make as much money as you can. And afterwards, I'm going to give you 3 minutes to present what you did and we can see the results." What would you do? So Stelig saw what the students did. The first students started to do a car wash. They spent the $5 on some liquid, some water, a bucket and a sponge, and they started a car wash to see how many cars they could wash. Now let's be honest. How many cars are you going to wash in 2 hours? Not that many. They lost. Now, the second group, really interesting, they started a lemonade stand. They thought, let's buy some lemonade, let's buy some cups, let's have a little table and a sign with that $5 and let's see what we can do. How many lemonades are you going to sell? How much are you going to sell them for? They lost as well. Now, another group of students realized that the $5 was a distraction. The real value was that they had 2 hours to make as much money as they could. They didn't have to use the $5, or they could use the $5, but really it was about the 2 hours they had. They realized the $5 was just a distraction. What they did is they made reservations at fancy restaurants around the college campus, called up corporate companies and sold them those reservations. They sold them reservations at restaurants because people may have wanted to do team dinners. They may have wanted to do team meetings or client meetings. They did pretty well, but they still lost. Do you want to know what the team that won did? It's awesome. We nearly got over 4,000 people on Facebook, over 6,000 people on Instagram, 10,000 people watching live right now. Thank you for being here. What they did is that they realized something. They realized that the $5 was a distraction, but they realized that even the 2 hours was a distraction. They realized that the most valuable thing they had was the 3 minutes at the end. The 3 minutes at the end. Because they realized that those 3 minutes, they would have an audience of all their Stanford class. They sold those 3 minutes for $650 to a company that wanted to hire Stanford graduate students. And they won. Amazing, right? Amazing how the $5 was a distraction, the 2 hours was a distraction, but the 3 minutes, which seemed the most worthless, actually had the biggest impact. This is the same for our lives. What is it that we're not doing? The simplest thing in our day that can have the biggest impact on our lives. And I started to realize that that simplest thing was an investment in ourselves. Our work in the outside world, our impact in the outside world was only as good as our investment in ourselves. How many of you want to be a better parent? Write yes in the comments. How many of you want to be a better partner? Put yes in the comments. How many of you want to be a better person? Say yes in the comments. And how many of you want to be a better professional? Say yes in the comments. The truth is that if you want to be better for anyone, in anything or at anything, you have to invest in yourself. And this is exactly the reason why I launched my Genius Coaching Program. And you can visit it right now at jshettygenius.com. If you go to jshettygenius.com, Facebook's really been messing up my links at the moment, so I haven't been able to type it in, but it's jshettygenius.com. I'd love it if one of my team did it, then I can pin it. But jshettygenius.com is the place where you can realize why I launched my own coaching program so that all of you can have the benefit of growth in your life, so that you can focus on the part of you that's actually going to have the biggest impact, right? That's actually going to have the biggest focus in the world. I've now pinned the link on Instagram and Facebook to the comments, so you can go and visit jshettygenius.com. But let me tell you a bit about Genius, and let me tell you about why I think it can have such a big impact on your life. How many of you have had dreams for the last few years or goals that you haven't reached? Say yes in the comments. How many of you have been working really hard, but you feel like you lack a bit of meaning and purpose in your life? Say yes in the comments. And how many of you know that you're not developing yourself, you're not growing, you're not learning, and that's why you're not able to give the best of yourself? Say yes in the comments. Now, if you said yes to any of that, I want to share with you why Genius can change that. Genius has the perfect model of bringing together coaching, consistency, and community, the 3 C's needed for transformation. If you don't have coaching, you don't have new ideas. You don't have someone reminding you. You don't have someone pushing you. So when you say things to me like, Jay, I feel unmotivated, I feel uninspired, it's because you don't have coaching in your life. The consistency and commitment. If you don't make a commitment to yourself, if you don't make a commitment to someone else or a program, chances are you'll let go. A commitment to ourselves isn't enough. And community, the third thing, you need people around you who want to see you grow, who want to see you win. How many of you feel you're in a negative or toxic atmosphere, or you feel you're in an atmosphere that isn't designed for your growth? If you want to transform all of that, if you come and join Genius today with me, you'll be able to have weekly workshops with me as a group. Every week I'm sharing my learnings, my insights, the amazing conversations I have, stories like the one I was sharing. Every single week we have live weekly workshops with me. And if you can't watch them live, you can watch the replay. The second thing we have is we have live weekly meditations. And every single week we meditate together with thousands of us. And we have a library of workshops and meditations, over 200 for you to do throughout the week, so that you actually have access to that. We have an incredible app that allows you to formulate your own journeys and pathways. So if you're struggling with productivity, you can take a journey. If you're struggling with procrastination, you can take a journey. If you're struggling with overthinking and overwhelm, you can take a journey inside our app. We also have a monthly book club, which helps you have that access to learning and growing and reading along with other people across the world. And we also have the amazing Genius community from over 140 countries in our world. So if you're someone who's ready for coaching, consistency, and community, head over to jshettygenius.com. I'd love to welcome you there. But I want to talk to you a bit about procrastination and overthinking. I think it's something that we do a lot of. How many of you want to meditate more, but your mind's just racing? Say yes in the comment. How many of you, I'm seeing Lorraine say, I need to meditate, but I struggle, right? It's normal to struggle. How many of you have an area of your life where you're struggling, physical, financially, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually? It's normal to struggle when we don't have insight, when we don't have access, when we don't have direction in our lives. And overthinking and overwhelm is a massive one that blocks us from our potential. The crazy thing about overthinking is that actually it can be used in a smart way. Overthinking actually helps you have an incredible plan, helps you think about every option, and then helps you create a plan of action if you know how to. And that's one of the biggest things I like to do is I don't want you to think you have to change who you are or you have to completely let go of what you're working on. But actually, you can use overthinking to your advantage. You can use procrastination to your advantage. That's the phenomenal thing about procrastination and overthinking. And I'll tell you how. You think procrastination makes you waste time. Actually, procrastination can often help you think about all the possible outcomes of what could happen. So right now, your procrastination may be like, what if it doesn't work? So you want to now ask, what if it does work? Right? So you let yourself procrastinate on that. Your procrastination may be like, I just keep watching YouTube videos. Or maybe watch YouTube videos about what you want to achieve. Right? So you're using your procrastination. You may say that when I procrastinate or feel overwhelmed, I just sit there and feel stuck. So now you're going to say, well, every time I feel stuck, I'm just going to go on a walk and procrastinate outdoors. You will feel different. So you're actually engaging that procrastination and overwhelm. How does that sound to you? Does that resonate with some of you where you're like, yeah, wow, like Archana saying, wow, yeah, that's huge, right? That's huge when you start to think about it in that way, right? It's amazing when we start to think about it in that way that we can use procrastination and overthinking in our own world. Now, I've got a great question here from Joe on Facebook. I need guidance. How much does this program cost? So my Genius program, everything that I mentioned earlier, you can get it for $39 a month. For that, you get the weekly workshops with me in a group. You get the weekly meditations. You get access to our app and full library of content. You get access to our Genius book club, and you get access to our incredible community, all for $39 a month. And when you sign up today before the 14th of February, you get access to our well-being bundle that's only available right now. The well-being bundle includes my notes on how to make incredible notes from a book so that you actually study it and you can remember a lot of it. We have my gratitude guide inside the well-being bundle. You get access to my free live masterclass on how to make this the best year yet. And here are the biggest ones. If you sign up for annual, so Genius is $39 a month or it's $390 a year. That's 2 months free. And when you sign up annually, you get access to all of that well-being bundle, but you also get access to an Ask Me Anything Q&A, a private one just for annual members. And you get 3 months of Genius free to give away to a friend. That's $109 value. So literally for over $1.30, just for $1.30 a day, you get the program to help you grow yourself and invest in yourself. That's really what's available. And we have thousands of members from across the world. We've had thousands of people joining this week, and it's been phenomenal to watch. Shannon says, is this available for people that sign up for the monthly payment? Absolutely. So you can go to jshettygenius.com, sign up monthly, and if you love it, you can then upgrade to the annual at any time as well. Donna says, I love that idea. That's awesome. I'm so glad that you're loving this idea. That's brilliant. Anyone on Instagram as well? How many of you are like, I really want to take my life to the next level. I need some coaching in my life. I need some consistency in my life. How many of you are thinking to yourself, I need to grow. I need to learn. I need to develop, and I'm not doing enough of it. Or some of you may be saying, Jay, I read your book, right? I read Think Like a Monk. I listened to On Purpose. But now what I really need is I need a new level of connection. And if any of you are feeling that way, I really think Genius is the next step. It's what I believe I've designed as the next step because it's consistent growth, right? It's consistent focus. Dan Perez has already signed up for Genius monthly and have already seen so much improvement in my life. I love that. We've actually measured and studied the growth that people experience inside Genius. And we've seen people's stress go down. We've seen people's mental health challenges reduce. We've seen people's positivity grow up and their focus go up. Icy, I hope I'm saying your name right, says, that's amazing. Thank you, Jay. Thank you. I appreciate you. Shannon says, yay, thank you so much. I've been on the app and I'm loving it. So glad to hear that I can access the bundle. Shalane says, I signed up and finding it amazing for my growth, being spiritual. I love that. This is amazing to see so many of you signing up and getting so much joy and benefit from me. It honestly makes my day. And Karishma says, how often are the coaching lessons with the group and are they live? So Karishma, the sessions happen every Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific. And they are live with me. It's with me. And then you can watch the replay if you miss it. So I know lots of people who all year watch the replays. They design their journeys within the app as well. So you don't have to join live, but you can if you want. It's an added bonus and benefit of really being able to interact in real time. But plenty of people only watch the replays. Lisa says, Jay, after signing up for Genius a year ago, I'm now in your coaching program. Life-changing. Lisa, I'm so grateful to you. Thank you so, so much. Fit Banker, I appreciate you, says, we're the average of the 5 people we hang out with most. Being part of Genius allows you to have time with Jay once a week in a group. Absolutely. Thank you. I'm seeing a lot of people saying, so glad you offered this, Jay. It's exactly what we've been looking for. So I think it's incredible that so many of you are sharing so many wonderful thoughts and ideas. And I wanted to share something actually from my book that I think will really, really connect with you. And before I do that, I'm just answering this question. Lily goes, how do we sign up, Jay? You sign up at jshettygenius.com. It's pinned to the link in the comments. You can go to it at any time during this conversation. Go sign up and let me know that you've joined. I want to read you something that will really help you connect today. So here's this. Okay. So this is from the service chapter, right? Service chapter from Think Like a Monk. So, an infinite number of people and causes need our help now. We need everyone in the world to do everything. The benefits to them and us are immediate. While we should never avoid helping others when we see their need, we can and should develop a sense of what sorts of service we're best at and focus our attention on them. Choose where to serve based on your own compassion. Buddhist scholar and environmental activist Joanna Macy writes, "You don't need to do everything. Do what calls your heart. Effective action comes from love. It is unstoppable and it is enough." I hope you enjoyed that reading from the service chapter. But the reason why I brought it up is, how many of you feel right now that you want to discover your purpose? How many of you feel right now that you want to find your service in the world? You want to find how you're going to impact the world? One of the things that I learned the hard way was that when I didn't invest in myself, when I didn't work on myself, and I was trying to give myself to others, I was giving them my leftovers. I wasn't giving them the best of me. And I felt that in my own life, that if I'm not refueling, I end up giving out pretty average energy. And that's not what I want to do. I want to give the best of what I can give. How many of you are like, yes, Jay, I want to give the best of what I can give? If you're one of those people, we found that anyone who feels that way, genius has really helped them up level. Genius has really, really helped them transform. And so if you're one of those people that are like, Jay, I'm ready this year to make a difference. I'm ready this year to make this an incredible year. Then jshettygenius.com is the place that I'd love for you to check out. And the reason why I'm sharing it with all of you so directly is because I feel like, it's an interesting world we live in where I know a lot of you love the book. I know a lot of you love the podcast, but people just aren't aware that the Genius program exists. And then when they join, they're like, Jay, why didn't you tell me about this earlier? And that's why I feel like it's my responsibility to let you know that the Genius program has been running for 3 years. We've had thousands of members who've absolutely loved it and transformed their life. And I think it will do the same for you. Carolyn says, Genius was one of the best decisions I've made for myself. The community is amazing and I absolutely love the app. I found it phenomenal and life-altering. Thank you so much, Carolyn, for sharing those very, very kind words. How's it going, everyone? Some of you are ready to sign up. Head over to jshettygenius.com, whether you're on Facebook or Instagram. If you're ready right now to do this, if you love the videos, if you love the book, and if you love the podcast, Genius is the next step in your journey of growth. It's the next thing that you want to evolve to, next step you want to take. Martha says, I already signed up for the year. Can't wait to start. Thank you, Martha. Can't wait to have you have so much about it. Elpida said, I'm reading your book. That's awesome. One of the amazing things I love about the Genius app, because I'm seeing a lot of you telling me how you're feeling. You can tell the Genius app how you feel and it will tell you what to watch. So imagine, it's almost like having me in your pocket where it's like, Jay, what would I watch if I feel like this? And the app actually tells you what to watch. So it will give you a course and a program and a workshop to watch. I love that personalized aspect of the app. How many of you want to wake up every day and be like, this is how I feel? And you actually get told what to do, what to watch. And it's transformative, right? Bala says, I just did the Genius Field of Flowers meditation and it looks like you feel calm. That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, Franca Castellano, great to see you here. I'm so grateful for all the love, everyone. It's so awesome to see you. It's so awesome to spend this time with you. And it's brilliant. I love this, that we get to do this even in the middle of the lockdown. We can connect in this way. I'm so grateful for this time. Sata, it is $39 a month. And that commitment includes everything that I mentioned. So my Genius program includes the weekly workshops with me as a group, the weekly meditations, access to our app and all of the personalized journeys inside the app, access to our book club and our community, all in one place. And that you can sign up for at jshettygenius.com for $39 a month or $390 for the year. And you get 2 months absolutely free, right? 2 months absolutely free. And on top of that, if you sign up right now before the 14th, you get the Wellbeing Bundle, which includes loads of amazing bonuses as well. So there's some real excitement to sign up right now. And that's why we've had so many thousands of people join in. Casey says, wish I had the money to do this and join the club. Totally understand that, Casey, when you feel ready, when it's right for you. Kelsey, so good to see you. Ryan, I both love Think Like a Monk. Love you, Jay. Kelsey, we appreciate you so much. Sending so much love to you. Thank you. I joined your live the other day too. I don't think you saw me, but I'm glad you jumped on here, Kelsey. So wonderful to see you. I want to ask you a question. For those of you who feel like you're in a place in your life where you're like, I know I need to take this next step. What's stopping you from committing to a program? What's stopping you from committing to a community? What's blocking you from signing up to Genius and saying, yeah, I'm ready to go? Because we don't know anything until we try. And I feel like a lot of us are trying to get our lives to be perfect. So waiting till our lives are perfect to do the next step. But it doesn't work that way. So what's stopping you? I want to know what's blocking you and stopping you from giving growth a try, giving the Genius community a try, giving a program or course a try. What's been your block? Awesome, Kelsey. Time. So being real now says time is my issue. Here's what I'll say being real now. So people think when they make time for meditation, they have less time. Not true. When you invest time in yourself, you're more productive and more effective. When you take time to be in the Genius program, you're more focused, you're less anxious. So now you actually make more of your time. So even when I think I'm like, I don't have enough time to meditate today, I'm like, that's when I need to meditate the most, because that's when I actually need it to expand my mind. So I hope that helps being real now. I hope that answers it. And I'd love for you to at least go and check out the website to take a look and understand more as well. Okay. What are the other challenges that you have? Totally understand the challenge of finances and respect that completely. And I recommend in my book, I talk about doing a financial audit of, are your values matching up with where you spend your money? Sometimes we're signed up to subscription sites. We're signed up to entertainment sites. Money's just constantly rolling out. But we're not aware and we're not focused on whether we're spending our money on stuff that actually creates value for us, right? Jenny says, there are lots of free online workshops and motivational videos and meditation videos and apps. Can I ask what makes this different? Absolutely. What makes this different is we have a huge commitment to coaching, consistency, and community. This is a year-long, all year round community where every single week we're showing up and focusing on the 5 key areas of growth: physical, financial, mental, emotional, and spiritual. And we have this perfect trifecta of coaching, consistency, and community. We have a huge community all over the world. I'm coaching personally every single week on workshops and thoughts that I'm having, and it's a commitment you make to your own growth. Free workshops are amazing. I offer lots of them. Free meditations are incredible. I offer lots of them. But having a direction, having a guidance puts you in a certain trajectory. So if you really want to learn something, when you get official coaching, you see a trajectory. When you're doing things randomly, it doesn't have that same momentum. So that's one of the biggest differences that I see. I know a lot of you have the fear of failure. A lot of you feel like, oh, I don't know what if I'll do. So I want you to not hear it from me, hear it from the best. If you go to jshettygenius.com right now, you can see testimonials. So Arjun, you said you want to see testimonials. Head over right now to jshettygenius.com. You can read testimonials of how people really feel and how it's been for them. So I highly, highly recommend that you go and check it out. Alejandro said, what about the times for meditation if I join Genius? It could happen that I'm at work. Absolutely. And therefore you can watch the replay. It's all categorized. It's all organized. So you can watch it at any time. You can watch it offline. You don't have to watch it live. That's the beauty of it, that it truly works like an app. So you can do it anytime you like. I hope that answers your questions. Right? Awesome. This is great, everyone. Amy says, Genius Community is a huge benefit and incredible area for support. Being a member for 3 years. That is insane, Amy. That's incredible. Any tips for stay-at-home mums to stay committed to Genius? What I would say is build it around your schedule. So listen to something while you're cleaning. Watch something while you're cooking, right? Build it in to your daily schedule so that you can actually access it and make other work more meaningful. Hector says, how much is it? So it's $39 a month or $390 for the year. You get 2 months free. On top of that, there are no contracts, no minimum monthly commitment. You can cancel at any time. You can start monthly and then upgrade to yearly as well. And that's literally just less than, it's about $1.30 a day, right? It's $1.30 a day. So I recommend you all to come and check out jshettygenius.com. I'd love for you to at least give it a go. Because if you love the podcast and you've loved the book, what have you got to lose in trying to take the next step with me? All you need to put aside is 10 minutes a day, 1 hour of your time weekly is more than enough time to get real value out of Genius. And it's in your own time at your own pace. Some people miss 3 weeks and focus all in on their 4th week. The point is to be connected to growth, and coaching can make a huge difference. Thank you all. I love spending this time with you. Check out jshettygenius.com. Love you all. See you very, very soon. Oh, wait, I want to read this comment. I wrote a beautiful comment from Telia. I joined on Monday and the last few days have really been amazing. I've been listening to the workshops on building positive relationships, which is so timely for me right now. That's the amazing thing about Genius. You're not just getting one thing. You're getting over 200 pre-recorded workshops that are there that you can dive into. If all of this resonates, if there's something in your heart that says, this is the year that I need to do this, just go to jshettygenius.com and take a look. That's all I'm asking you to do. Sending you so much love. See you soon. Take care, everyone.